Thus far in this course, we had a look at the core basics of Flutter, of widgets, and of building basic apps and of debugging and running them. In this module, we'll have a closer look at the things you need to build realistic apps. And that means we'll dive into more widgets that are built into Flutter. We'll have a look at styling widgets, at building custom widgets, at theming, which allows you to set up a global style for your application, and also at adding logic to an app and how you get that combination right of having a nice user interface and of course also having your logic in code that does something when the user interacts. This is the app we'll build in this module, our personal expenses tracker, where we can add new expenses, like a couple of shirts here for $30.99 maybe, where we can then also choose a date on which we had this expense, and then this gets not only added to this list, but also we have this little chart here at the top, which is calculated and filled dynamically to show us on the last 7 days how much we spent on each day of our total spendings. And this updates with every new transaction we add and with every transaction we remove, as you can see. Also, we have this scrollable list here to display our transactions and the overall scrollable page. We have different ways of opening that new transaction mode, and we have the date picker, and in general you will learn a lot about new widgets, about wiring up your widgets with your own logic, like, well, deleting widgets when you click here, and also how to style these widgets to have the app look the way it does look. So in detail, as I already mentioned, we'll dive into many more widgets, and I will show you examples of how to use them and how to configure them. Now, since Flutter has so many widgets and so many different configuration options for each widget, it's also crucial that you are able to work with the docs on your own and that you find out how to use the widgets with the help of the docs. And that's also something I'll emphasize throughout this module. In addition, you also find plenty of extra materials attached to various lectures of this module, so always check that top left corner of your video player and see if there are downloadable resources that could be interesting to you to get some extra information and some cheat sheets. Now, besides using widgets and configuring them, we'll have a look at theming and theming our app with the help of Material Design, which is Google's design language, which we'll use in this module. You will learn what theming is and how it works. You will also learn how to add images and fonts, custom fonts to your application, and you will learn how to add business logic and wire everything up there so that things happen when users press buttons and that your user interface updates correctly. It's a lot of content, it's a long section, and together with the previous two sections, this will give you even more fundamentals and also the know-how you need to build your first basic real applications with Flutter.